Welcome again to another part of my journey as I choose to share with you my journey towards becoming a pastry chef, becoming an executive pastry chef from a background of not knowing anything about baking and pastry. No one in my family have background with baking and pastry, coming in from the grassroots, living in mostly inner city areas, coming from a single parent home and just a young man that just figure out what I wanted in life and know that this is what I'm going to pursue. And in my previous video, part 4, I share while I was working at the Cameron and some of the experience there. And so now I want to talk about moving on from the Cameron, because the Cameron was where I experienced a lot of struggles. And I remember that, that place was, I do a lot of work there. I learned to unleash my versatility there. And that one thing that I really liked about that place, right? Because from the get-go, versatility was always an important factor for me. So I tried to be as versatile as possible. So versatility was always an important factor for me. So moving on from the Cameron, I remember when I was at the Cameron and how I move on from there. I actually made a phone call, right, to the hotel. And this was Iberia Star now. I believe I started, this was probably around the year 2008, 2009, thereabout. And when I made the call to Iberia Star, I said, okay, can I speak with the chef? And they said to me that the chef, I get to speak with the chef. And when the chef answered the phone, I said to him, my name is Conway, and I'm a pastry cook, and this is what I do. And I remember the chef said, repeat your name. What is your name is again? And I repeat my name to him. And he said, okay, come in for an interview Wednesday. I think that was it. I called the Monday, and he said to come in for an interview the Wednesday. And when I went for the interview there, it was a corporate pastry chef that interviewed me at the time. And I walked with some pictures, because I always take a lot of pictures. Anybody know me know that I love taking pictures. And they were looking through the pictures and they were asking me some questions, and I was able to answer them. And so when I got the job, I got the job as a cook one, right? So most of my jobs I work pretty much as a cook one or as a senior. So Iberia Star journey started. I actually started working the same day that I got the interview that day. I literally remember that when I started, I didn't start in any I just got some uniform and the same shoes that I wear to the interview. That's what I started working in. And Iberia Star is a place that I hold very close to me because I experienced so much things at that hotel. The good, bad, the ugly, the fun time, all of that was at Iberia Star. That's where I really truly get to unleash myself and really separate myself from a lot of things. I really start to really discover myself and start to make a lane for myself as to how I wanted to be stand out, right? Because every chef has something unique about them, right? Every individual has something unique about them, but every chef has something unique about them. And from an early stage, even at Iberostar, I started to learn about my uniqueness. And I believe that it is the conscious effort to discover my uniqueness, to keep focus on my uniqueness and to stay versatile, that has really helped me a lot. I used to be able to do a lot of stuff. And when I was at Iberostar, I was still living at, I was living at Norwood at the time. And I keep on pressing. As a cook one, there were a level of expectation from you. So things are a bit different now. But back in those times, when you are a cook one, you are expected to do pretty much most things, because that's what the experience level should be at, right? And so a cook one, you're required to be versatile. You're required to be, most places, most hotel works. In those times, you have some hotel, they will give you like a demo. You come in and do a demonstration, and they will see what you can do. So when I start there, I started to make stuff, just bake. And there was a team that was welcoming. We had some really fun time there, and I believe that the fun time at work really help you to look forward to go to work. But it helps you to take away a lot of what is happening. And as I said in one of my previous videos, that this was an escape for me, right? So pastry was an escape for me, and I believe that if this is going to be an escape for you, then you don't want to always, every day, go to work and find yourself in a toxic zone. So even though that I'm a pastry chef, and I head the department, I try my very best not to have a toxic environment, right? And as a local as well, I try to understand, because I know what it is like and I know where I'm coming from. So Iberostar, I was able to express myself in breads. I was able to express myself with chocolate. I was able to express myself in work in various different restaurants, doing buffet line, doing some high touch functions and those type of things. I met a lot of persons at Iberostar that are very talented, very gifted, very jovial, and so that place is, while it was fun, it was hard work too, because the amount of workload one would have to do, you would be surprised. I believe that working at Iberostar was one of the most hotels was a very hard hotel to work in terms of the workload that you have to do, right? And some days you are there, and after you finish doing your work and you really look forward to what you're supposed to earn. Not all the time it's the best, but I still stay focused and just be myself and learn as much, right? One of the things that I will say to any chef growing up is, your career is upon you, and so the amount you learn, the amount you can apply what you learn, right, it works for you more than anything else. And so be a doer and not a talker. I know that a lot of persons will say, oh, I have 15 years, 10 years of experience. 15 years, 10 years of experience. But for me, it's not, experience is good, but knowledge, the application of knowledge is very important, right? And knowledge is useless without it being applied. So if you have it in your head, apply it. And I try to be one that will do it, not talk it but do it. And so at any given time, any task that I'm going to take on, I'm going to ensure that I'm able to execute that task.